I told the grandkids I was going to take them camping, and then it rained and rained and rained, and that's not my fault, but 4-year-olds don't really think of it that way, that it's not Grandpa's fault it's been raining. They just want to go camping. I'm going to get myself in a lot of trouble if I don't get some progress made on this project. So right now we're going to take the bighorn up to the top of the trail, scout things out, show you what I'm working on. Then we're going to come back down here, grab the excavator and the tractor, and start moving rocks. Got a lot to do. So if you guys follow the channel, you've seen me working on this trail build, and I'm really excited about the project. I got so excited that I told all my grandkids that they could all take turns, 2 at a time, camping with Grandpa up on top of the trail. And this is the perfect spot for it. So if I stand right here, I can see the Quonset hut over here, I can see the shop, and I can see the back corner of the house. So we're not that far away, but right up here is the only place up on the hill where, to the grandkids, it's going to feel like we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're really camping in the woods. And right here is flat, and it's not even that rocky. So I could, right now, I'll just bring the mower up here on the back of the tractor, and I'll brush cut this real quick. Maybe brush cut up in there however far I can get before it gets out of control, and get us a nice flat spot here. Then we're going to bring the excavator up here. We're going to dig rocks off of the roughest part of the property and make a fire pit so we can have a campfire up here. Then I'll get probably the mini skid. No, I'll probably use the tractor, and I'll bring a firewood tote up here, and we're going to get this thing all staged. I've already bought tents. They've been playing in the tents on the screened-in porch. It's a lot of fun. But for you guys, we're going to run a bunch of equipment, and I think it's going to be a cool project. So let's get to it. I was going to put the regular brush cutter on the 3-point, but for this, the Lane Shark's going to do a great job up in here, and I don't have to worry about hitting rocks, and it's a lot quicker and easier to put on the tractor than a 3-point attachment. It's just like switching buckets, or like a grapple. You just hook it up and plug the hoses in. So we're going to hit this real quick, then we'll get to the work. And actually, I'm looking over here. I thought I was going to have to use the dump trailer to bring rocks from down there, but actually, there's all these rocks right here. I can probably just claw those out with the excavator. Okay, so I took the tractor back down, put it up, and brought the excavator up. And just show you real quick the scope of the project. We got all these limbs that it cut down, but it's not really great for shredding. And I could have shredded these a little bit, but you see all those rocks protruding out of the ground. I didn't want to tear up my cutter blades on all these rocks. So the first thing I need to do with the excavator is grab all these branches and gather those up and push them off to the side. Same thing, I'll take all of these, I'll make one pile over here, and we'll burn that in our fire pit. And once I kind of grub all this and scrape it clean, I want to take all of these rocks that are buried up here, dig a bunch of them out, and I think we'll put a fire pit maybe like right in this area. Haven't decided exactly yet, or it might be easier since there are no rocks here, but there's a lot there. If I set the machine over there, I might build it here. We'll just see. So I've been running these green excavators for almost 4 months now. I've used every one of the sizes and put quite a few hours on them, and they're capable little machines. I'm really glad to have the opportunity to use these. Now, the video introducing this machine is one of the most popular videos I've published in the last year. I think that video has 250,000 views, and I've got a lot of emails from people wanting more information. People who wanted to buy these machines or just wanted to ask questions. Well, originally we were calling these the mystery machines because we weren't sure if they were ever coming to market. But that decision's been made now, and pretty soon I think these are going to be available for sale. So I'll put some information in the video description where you can learn more about these. There's a Facebook group. We have the dealer announced, which initially they will only be available at the tractor yard, but they do ship nationwide. So I'll have that information in the video description. I think the smallest machine they've got will be under $10,000, but the one you're seeing here will probably be closer to $35,000. And it may look small on camera, but this is a good sized machine. It's a 3.5 ton, that's metric tons, so it actually weighs closer to 8,000 pounds.
Now, from any of the major brands, you're going to spend between $70,000 to $80,000 for one of these in this size with a cab and an air conditioner. So if this one's $36,000, that's a huge savings, and that's what you save for the trade-off of getting the no-name machine or the Chinese-built machine. Now, a lot of times I come across like a salesman in these videos, and it's just something about my nature and the way I talk, but the reality is, I don't care what anybody buys. Buy a Chinese machine, buy a more expensive American machine, just do whatever makes you happy. I'm really just wanting to share information, and for the most part, I just feel really lucky that I get to run any of them. Now, this tree that you see right here, I decided it needed to come all the way out. After trimming it down, I realized it was just going to be too close to the fire.
So this is nothing crazy, but what we have here is a flat spot where I've grubbed out all the rocks and the roots and the stobs that might poke up at us. I mean, there's still probably some, but I've got this pretty well smoothed out. Then we've got this fire pit. It's pretty good size. And I've cleared most of the combustibles around it, so this fire is less likely to get out. Next challenge is, can I get a firewood tote up this rough trail? So let's find out if I can get some firewood. I think I'll stage firewood over here. Then we'll have these limbs for the fire. We'll have the firewood tote. And then we'll set our tent up right here. All right, I got a tote of firewood on here. Now these things weigh about 1,400 pounds, somewhere in that range. And that's not much, really, for this tractor. It's, you know, the tractor can lift almost twice that, but obviously your weight is hanging out 4 foot in front of you. And then this terrain is still really rough. I mean, I've got the trail, quote unquote, built, but it is a rough ride. So we're just gonna take it nice and slow. Low and slow. So I think I said it at the beginning that I was going to get in trouble if I didn't get this done. I told the grandkids I was going to take them camping, and then it rained and rained and rained, and that's not my fault, but 4-year-olds don't really think of it that way, that it's not Grandpa's fault it's been raining. They just want to go camping. And then finally quit raining, and one of them has a baseball tournament this weekend. The oldest. And I didn't have the fire pit ready, and I'm gonna be in big trouble with the grandkids if I don't get them a camping trip going. So either tonight or tomorrow, I think we'll be camping the first time up here.
Where's the fire?
There isn't a fire yet, but the fire is going to be right there in those rocks, and we gotta fill it full of sticks to start the fire with.
I know where some good sticks are.
Okay, come on, sis. Yay! Do we want to get your chairs around the fire before it gets lit?
Can I get it for you?
What? If you find a turtle, sure, you can get a turtle. Okay, two chairs. Don't get too close. Okay, we do need little sticks, and then we need big pieces of firewood. So if you find little sticks, throw them in there. Zaylin, you want to find some sticks? Yep, throw all the sticks in there. Pick them up like this, that stick, and throw them in there. All right, well, mission accomplished. 2 of my granddaughters are here already playing. 2 more of my granddaughters are on their way. So we're going to stay out here till they get bored with it or want to go back in. But this is a big part of the reason we did the trail. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.